Yep. All right. Well, boys.
Yeah.
We're live.
Well, let's all go.
Iron Palace Podcast.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Iron Palace Podcast, the world's most anabolic podcast. And if you look on our ingredients list, all you're going to see is gains in all bold, caps, and underlined. Daily recommended dose is as many as you can handle, and nutritional facts are 110% of your daily dose of raw animal magnitude.
We have figured out how to get Holland sold by the scoop also.
Yes.
Yep, we're still working on the David by the half scoop, but I don't think you can take a full scoop of David.
Dave shows up on drug tests.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like poppy seeds.
You eat too many of those.
Yeah.
It's whatever Taylor Lewan had in that pre-workout that got him suspended.
Well, so to roll into it, today's icebreaker is if you could only communicate using animal noises for one day, which animal would you choose to represent you? I got a feeling I know what David's going to say.
I got a feeling you don't.
Honestly, true. But go ahead.
You got yours yet, Holland?
No, I'm still thinking.
I was just trying to think of animals that can communicate really well, and I thought dolphin immediately.
Yeah.
You know how cool it'd be able to make dolphin noises? Like,
Why would that be cool to me?
Well,
because like my voice doesn't do that as it is, so it'd be a new skill. First of all,
well, and then you.
second of all, they got a big vocabulary.
Yeah. I like
Yeah,
that idea.
they're really
Dog.
smart. They're smart enough to get sad enough to commit suicide.
Yeah.
But why would you want that?
I wouldn't, but I'm just saying that.
I wouldn't
shows
want to
how
be
smart
that
they are.
sad, but
Yeah.
I, want to communicate that fully.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you got to take the good with the bad.
Yeah.
They suffer for their art.
I wonder how elephants communicate.
Like that.
Because they evidently pass information down
Yeah.
to one another, and there was this documentary and it was showing these elephants on this migration, and along the way, some would die, old ones or sick ones or whatever. Well, they would go and then migrate through the wet season, whatever this place was, and then on the way back,
Probably
they would,
somewhere in Africa.
They would, yeah, good call. But on the way back, they would stop at all of these places where they had lost a member of their herd, and they would all like gather around the remains.
Yeah, they're one of the few animals that mourn their dead.
Yeah, so I mean, they've got to have some sort of pretty complex communication. I think I'd pick that just because I'd like to know how they do it.
I think they communicate by like Morse code via good game butt slaps with their trunks.
Maybe.
Yeah. Now to see Holland, it'd be something like that.
Yeah.
Exactly what I was thinking.
What'd you say?
Don't worry about it.
I don't know. It's getting to the point I still say it, but I know what the answer is going to be every time.
What about
There's still hope.
Yeah.
I don't think I have hope for it. And honestly, I think at this point I just do it for the content. Yeah. I do it for the people at home that really want to hear the response. Like they too are asking the questions,
The big questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm here for the people. Real man for the people here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really bad at writing these questions and then not answering them until I get in this spot and I realize I'm supposed to answer them.
Like, I don't have an answer.
Yeah, I don't.
What makes you feel any better? We were not prepared either.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you would think I've got prep time. I'm like Batman over here, but yet I don't
usually
use
assume
it.
you'd have something in mind, like as you're writing the question.
Not a clue. Not a clue.
Like you could do a parrot and
Yeah.
you could still speak
Just
English.
Yeah. Loophole.
Yeah.
That dude. He's over here playing 4D chess.
That's right.
Good
Hey.
podcasting.
Yeah, but that's boring though. Why would I want to be a bird? Well, I mean, other than flying, why would I want to be a bird?
But you have to say it with like the same dictation as a parrot. Yeah.
All the more reason why I don't want to do it.
Shut up, Caleb.
Yeah.
See? And I definitely don't want Holland to be a parrot.
I said no mustard.
I don't know why no mustard?
I don't know. I'm just thinking like a phrase that a bird wouldn't normally say, but that you might need to say as a human. Birds don't go through drive-thrus, you know. They don't go, oh man, that person didn't hear a word I said.
I bet they didn't get my burrito.
Yeah. I hate sunflower seeds. I don't know.
Do they always say "Rah" before they start talking?
All the ones in cartoons do, and that's where my knowledge of parrots stop.
I mean, past what Walt Disney has told us.
I learned everything I know about exotic birds from the tiki room.
That's more than me. I only know from Aladdin. So,
Gilbert Gottfried, what a voice!
Oh man,
yep, what a man.
Yeah, let's not assume it's you.
Never met him, but seems cool.
yeah.
I don't know what I would want to communicate as.
Well, let's think about it.
Let's
ponder on it.
Let's pause.
Yep. Let's
and
just
think.
let's just
I'm trying to think of an animal that communicates in a silly way.
little music to fill in while I think about it.
You communicate for a full day as Alan's Yeti.
Yeah.
Maybe I do. I think I'd want to be the Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Just so I know it's real. And then I would remember where I left me when I came back to my real body.
Got him.
Got him.
Guys, I'm telepathic. I know where he is. Yep, that's my answer. Yeti.
Speaking of Yeti, so if well, here, think about this. So let's say you go hiking tomorrow, Caleb.
Okay.
Which is just walking where it's okay to pee, I've heard.
Yes.
Walking in nature's bathroom, as they say.
You're still supposed to step out of the trail to do so, though.
Mm-hmm.
They frown on it if they walk through it.
I'll just say it was a deer.
Who's they?
Other hikers, but
Well, other hikers are liberals. I don't care.
Whenever they say, "Man, you believe someone peed here?" I'll say, "It's a deer. I saw it, man."
It's nature.
yeah.
Watch Bear Grylls.
I'm a professional peer smeller, and I know that's a deer.
Whoever it was is worried about your hydration.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it's a deer.
That's fresh.
Look up at the sun.
Yeah,
That was a deer at about 12 o'clock.
that's like I think I had Christian convinced.
Dude,
That
that was the best.
That was a deer, and I think it had a slight fever.
Yeah, I think you had Christian convinced that day. You could tell time by the sun.
yeah, he was talking about how Christian's obsessed with the time. I don't know if you've noticed that or not, Dave.
I don't know if you've met Christian. I don't think he was there that day you
I
went
don't
in.
think so.
But he's like, he's like, it's 5:17. It's 5:17. It's almost 5:30, guys. It's 5:17.
Yep. As soon as it gets to 5, the countdown begins.
Yeah. And so I was like, no, it isn't. It's 5:16. And he goes, it is not. And I like looked outside and
Walked halfway across the gym just to look outside.
yeah. I was like, well, with the sun here. And as I was looking, I was like, it's 5:19. And he checked it. He was like, that's right. It freaked him out.
Yeah, I know.
Then like, a couple of minutes later, gives us another time update, and Holland does the same thing, walks over. Yeah. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so we go hiking tomorrow.
You go hiking tomorrow. Let's say you're by yourself. And
I never hike by myself. That is rule numero uno.
well, safety first.
Yep.
But in this hypothetical situation,
Okay.
you are
Got it.
alone. And you see a Bigfoot.
Okay.
You're absolutely certain that you see it.
Okay.
You don't get a picture of it, though, so you have no proof that you've seen it. Do you come back and tell people that you saw it,
Yeah.
knowing they're not going to believe you?
Absolutely.
Or do you just be like, I guess I saw a Yeti?
No, I doubled down since I know they're not going to believe me. I was like, not only did I see him, he was playing saxophone. And I'm pretty sure he was coming on to me.
Yep. I'm gonna say I fought him. I'll say I had him in a stranglehold, and he just grabbed me like this and tossed me that way, and for the camera, grabbed me like this and tossed me that way.
Like he was softly playing saxophone and said clarinets are for wussies. I think he got a real thing against Kenny G. I don't know. Anyways, we're supposed to play bridge next Thursday.
Yeah,
If you know nobody's going to believe, you just lean into it.
I agree. Travis Law makes more sense now.
That's always my policy. Like, it's super amusing to me at work to see what kind of outlandish things I can get people to believe about other people. Like, yeah, he used to breed miniature horses. It's like all the time. Love it.
Well, you proved it on the whole episode that was Holland.
Yeah.
The Guess That Strongman was definitely about Holland. He's like, couldn't have been more perfect, though. But this man believes that there's a correct sock for right and left. You know.
Yeah.
Well, there is. Beautifully timed.
Yeah. And
But yeah, I do definitely tell people.
I think I keep it to myself.
Why?
Well, I try to convince people.
He would come back wearing a Yeti fur coat.
I've been trying to convince people that I'm a nice person for years, but
I don't know.
people keep being mean to me.
No one believes he's a person.
Yeah.
That's what it is. You're nice. You're just not a person.
They keep referring to me as an it. It hurts, you know?
Now they've switched to they, them, but it's still the same.
Hence why I'm hiking by myself. I'm alone.
Nobody would.
Nobody would go with me. But, hey, guys, I'm going to go hiking in Yeti territory. Want to go? And they said, Caleb, get lost.
For the last time, you're not allowed in here.
Take a long walk off a short bridge.
Somebody told him, quote, take a hike.
Hence the hike.
Your mom dresses you funny.
All right, so one of y'all want to hit an ad real quick before we jump into the story?
Yeah, Holland, you want to hit an ad real quick before we jump into the story?
A quick addy?
A quick addy?
Quick addy for the natty?
Hold on.
Spoilers. I was just going to use my space to talk about our event coming up.
Ooh.
True.
Let's hear about it while I try to find my ad.
Okay, so David's taking an ad. Well, you just messed up my check marks, but whatever. It's fine.
My bad.
So our event, have we talked about it since we've decided to combine it with
Not yet.
yeah.
This
So-
is going to be our coming out, if you will.
Yeah. So what is Clint's called? You might be better at this than me. I don't remember the name of his.
His gym?
No, what his meet's called. We're combining meets.
What's the official name, Holland? You might want to look it up before I mess up the name. I'm pretty sure I know it, but before I mess it up.
Well, it's going to be at the Kentucky Strength Expo.
Yeah.
August the
17th.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Oh, yeah, you have the camera on me. I was like, they can see you.
I've already forgotten that the ones and twos are mixed up. But yeah,
It's fine.
August 17th, we will be having our event in Somerset, Kentucky.
He's calling it the Kentucky Open.
Okay, that's what I thought, but I didn't want to overspeak that.
The Kentucky Open, then a live podcast, and then the Siege of the Iron Palace.
It'll be record day, boys.
Yeah. So come up, break some records.
Or just come up and see a dope podcast.
Yeah.
So,
Somerset's a cool little town.
people that are not friends with Clint or been on the in or the know about it need to know that he is upgrading big time. So if you've been to any Clint shows or any Clint competition at Buffville Gym, then you know he goes.
He's a showman.
He is a showman through and through, and will make you feel like an athlete. Like there's a lot of times that you compete and we've talked about it before. We're like at Highland Games, like we know we're an athlete, but we kind of forget we're an athlete. Clint will make sure you know you are an athlete and that you are, and he will make you feel elite no matter what your lift is. That being said, there's going to be the huge light show that you can expect from a Clint show, but he's upgrading to a 16-foot projector screen that now your lifts are going to be magnified for the world to see, as in the rest of the expo, which is going to be insanely cool. And then also our live podcast will be projected on that too. So come on out to
Full
the
day of fun stuff.
Yep, come out to the Kentucky Expo, Somerset, Kentucky, August 17th.
Which is like I said, it is a cool little town. They got a little downtown area, a couple of restaurants. It's pretty quiet. It's pretty chill. It's nice.
It's going to be a pretty dope day. I'm pretty excited.
I found that I got friends in Somerset.
You did say that the other day, but I don't think you told Holland.
Yeah. One of my dad's buds that is always at the rod run. We were talking about it. He's like, I live in Somerset. We're like, no kidding.
Oh, heck.
Yeah. So
Go
there's
ahead.
going to be at least one person there.
Yeah.
That's all we need is one. All right. You ready to jump into the story for today?
Yeah, definitely.
Why'd you sit up like that?
I'm excited about the
Yeah,
story.
definitely.
It might be because the couch cushion just aggressively vibrated under.
All right.
I looked down and realized we're on one cushion. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, the transfer
That's-
of energy was immediate.
That's why he popped up. Okay. I thought he was sitting up. He really just levitated for a moment.
I was raised a few millimeters.
There were measurable waves went across the top cushion.
All right. So
Showed up on the Richter scale.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what little. I know the minute I give y'all a hint that you're going to guess this one. So I'm debating on if I need to give you a hint at all or just go with the story.
It's like we'll never guess it without a hint or the story.
Yeah, we're going to need one of the two.
I'm not going to give you anything. Guess.
Yeah. Margaret Thatcher.
Henry Kissinger.
All right. No.
No.
Wait, what'd you say, Dave?
Margaret Thatcher.
I'm just amazed you didn't say Doug.
He already beat me to it.
Oh, I didn't hear you say Doug. But it's not Doug, but I'm amazed.
So is
that,
it Margaret Thatcher?
No.
Oh.
No, I was taken aback that he didn't say Doug. I've never heard him guess something other than Doug.
Holland took care of it today.
Okay, that's good. All right, so I'm just going to take this snippet a little bit right here. I know you're going to guess it immediately.
Travis Law.
Well, we're done.
When is he going to be back on the podcast?
Ronald
That's a
McDonald.
great question. We need to have him back.
Yeah.
I sang
Dave.
90s country to him all day at work today every time I'd come out of the air shower. And he would get just as excited every time as he did the very first time.
I just want you to know, whenever I edit this, I'm going to cut out the word air.
Get out of the shower.
Every time I came out of the shower.
Worked for me.
I was singing to him.
Once I hit the Randy Travis, he was balling, son.
Oh, man.
Anyways, Dave, get him back on.
Absolutely.
All right.
I'll call him right now.
All right, I'm just going to read one sentence, and we're going to see who guesses it faster.
George Bush Sr.
Despite the bull's size and weight, he continued to carry it effortlessly on his shoulders, demonstrating his unparalleled strength and endurance.
Lane Frost.
How are y'all stumped?
The Greek dude.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. Looking a little bit for a name.
I know.
Dave, you have mentioned this person before.
You
Draw
know,
a blank.
Dave.
he won it, then he carried it every day, and then he brought it back to the Olympics carrying it.
Stanley Yelnats.
No.
Oh, what is his name?
I'm not telling you.
Do you know, Dave?
No.
Yeah, you would get nothing from
Do
me.
y'all know? I mean, I know you know. You got it in front of y'all. Do you know?
No, I could not think of it.
Is this your payback for the Iron Peril episode?
I just like that it bugs him. He doesn't know. It's
Is
not.
this karma coming back to me? Is this what karma
No, if we
feels
give you
like?
long enough, you'll get it.
He has a point. You'll see it hit him like lightning here in a minute. Just
He'll know his social security number if you give him a little bit. I'm loving this. I hope this never ends.
well, it won't if neither one of you.
I'm refusing to guess out of principle. I'll die on this hill.
Is it somebody of Minos?
Somebody of what?
Minus?
Minos.
He's
I mean,
over here doing PEMDAS.
I mean, you have of right.
Yeah.
He's
got a third of it.
Please, my dear Aunt Sally. Is it minus?
Had to go all PEMDAS on him over here.
I got.
All right,
Yeah, me
Dave.
either.
I got nothing.
I got nothing.
Just
I'm not going to say it.
Dave, just answer the question.
Never. I'll leave. I'll leave.
Hey, he locked it. And he threw the key away, man.
You get about 30 minutes if you wait.
30 minutes, the podcast will be over.
This sounds like a podcast problem. Holland, you don't know, man?
I don't.
Oh, bummer.
Why don't you let them see this altercation going on?
There's nothing but love on the couch. Oh,
Yeah.
Love still has altercations.
All right, Dave.
You watch any good YouTube lately?
Have any dogs?
Got any dogs in you? keep telling them your story, Caleb.
The rest of the story has this person's name in it.
We'll just refer to him as
Doug.
that fellow.
That fellow.
That fella. Okay. Well, today's story is about
Don't you Google it.
that fella that apparently Dave knows and Holland don't. So,
I knew the whole story, though. I just can't think of his name.
a little bit.
Knew everything
So-
with the answer, huh?
That fella was an ancient Greek wrestler and athlete who lived in the 6th century BC. He is renowned for his incredible strength and numerous athletic achievements. One of the most famous stories about that fella involves his training regimen in a legendary act of strength. According to legend, that fella began his incredible feat of strength when he was a young athlete. He decided to train by carrying a newborn calf on his shoulders every day. As the calf grew into a full-grown bull, that fella continued his daily routine without fail. You getting there?
The calf's name was Randy.
With each passing day, that fella's strength increased as he bore the increasing weight of the bull. As that fella grew older, so did the bull, eventually becoming a massive animal. Despite the bull's size and weight, that fella continued to carry it effortlessly on his shoulders, demonstrating his unparalleled strength and endurance. This incredible display of strength became that fella's trademark, earning him fame and admiration throughout ancient Greece. His dedication to his training regimen and his extraordinary physical prowess made him one of the most celebrated athletes of his time. While that fella is often associated with carrying a bull as part of his legendary strength training, there is no historical evidence to support the notion that he performed this feat at the Olympics. The ancient Olympics, held in Olympia, Greece, featured a variety of athletic competitions, including wrestling, boxing, chariot racing, running, and amongst others.
Most of it was done naked.
Yep. That fella himself was a celebrated wrestler and athlete, reportedly winning numerous victories in wrestling at the Olympic Games and other athletic competitions.
Yeah, what was that guy's name, Holland?
That fella. He is said to have won 6 Olympic wrestling championships, a remarkable achievement that highlights his exceptional athletic abilities. However, there's no record of that fella carrying a bull at the Olympics. The story of that fella and the bull is likely a myth or legend that has been passed down through the ages to illustrate his incredible strength and dedication to training. Then a few of his feats of strength before we go on is
Milo.
Told you, just give him freaking time.
Crete?
Almost. You got 2 of those letters right.
I don't know. Keep going.
He would hold his arm out with fingers outstretched and challenge people to attempt to bend his little finger.
Huh.
He would stand on a greased iron disc and challenge people to push him off of it. He would hold a pomegranate in one hand and challenge others to take it from him. Nobody ever could, and despite him holding the fruit very tightly, it was never damaged. He would train in the off years by carrying a newborn calf on his back every day until the Olympics took place. By the time the events were to take place, he was carrying a 4-year-old cow on his back. He carried the full-grown cow to the length of the stadium, then proceeded to kill, roast, and eat it.
How tough is it to squish a pomegranate? They're kind of hardy, ain't they?
I mean, they're pretty solid.
Yeah, that's what I was saying when you said it wasn't. I was like, well, is that impressive?
They're
I
pretty
mean,
solid.
they're really dense. Yeah, because the fruit's around the seeds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's impressive, but, I mean, maybe if he'd done it to a peach, I'd be a little more impressed.
Or a grape.
A grape. All right, while the exact details of that fella's athletic career may be shrouded in legend, his legacy as, there we go.
We're going to get through this. We'll find a cure.
His legacy as one of the greatest athletes of ancient Greece endures, inspiring countless generations with his tales of strength, perseverance, and athletic prowess. Diodorus Siculus wrote in his history that you already guessed Milo, was a follower of Pythagoras, and also that he commanded the... I'm about to say where he's from. Do you want to guess again?
No.
Boo. Hiss.
All right, I'll skip it.
Torturing me here.
That fella's army, which defeated the Sybarites in 511 BC while wearing his Olympic wreaths and dressed like Hercules in a lion skin and carrying a club.
So I'm going to show up to work tomorrow.
So it's not Thessaly.
Nope.
I'll tell you Greek it's not. It's not John Stamos.
Oh, okay.
Thank God.
And his weird belly button.
Hit a button thingy. All right, we're good.
See, Thespia.
God bless you. I am, and I don't use this word often, perplexed, because I really thought you would have had this answer. I knew David would too.
I'm really
but
excited he don't.
It's not Can't be Athens, right?
No.
Because that's too. I don't know. I got no.
You got to beg David to tell you.
Yeah, there's not a
Milo of
Yep.
what?
Not what.
YouTube.
Of where? I mean, you know,
Of America.
of Macedon? No,
Of Mastodon?
Macedon.
Oh, I thought you said Mastodon. I was like, I don't think that's it.
You know, Alexander the Great
Yeah.
was a Macedonian.
But that was a good insight into the collective minds of the group here, because my immediate thought was like, yeah, Macedonian. And
Mastodon.
that was the first thing you thought. You were like, Mastodon.
Woolly mammoth.
I thought he was from a woolly mammoth. Idiot.
I can't think of any more Greek city-states.
City states?
Yeah,
Is that what they call them? City states?
that's what they were back then.
I don't even know what they are now.
Oh, well, Sparta.
Now they're poor. Real bad economy over there in Greece.
It's not Sparta.
It's not Sparta.
I got it. I got nothing.
Atlantis.
You said you weren't going to tell him. It's not Atlantis.
Speaking of Atlantis, while you mull this over, did you guys see that dork archaeologist on Joe Rogan?
No.
So the Graham Hancock guy I like so much about the ancient like civilization getting wiped out and stuff like Atlantis.
Oh, yeah.
He was on there, and there was a guy that was like cosplaying as Indiana Jones. He was an archaeologist, biggest work you've ever seen in your life. And he's also like he didn't have like any real good evidence to back it. It was all like Graham Hancock. He's the racist for this history stuff. It was a good watch. It was fun. It's fun to watch him squirm with Joe Rogan and be like, "Wait a minute, why'd you say that?" And he was like, Anyways, Holland.
This is an odd feeling, because usually this is how I feel over here.
It's a pretty cool feeling, though, isn't it?
I don't know if it's cool or not, but it's...
I personally don't care for it very much.
I love it. I just want to bask in it, soak it up. dog.
Carol Baskin.
Soak it up, because I'm not going to come up with it.
Not with that attitude.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if the microphone heard that, but I heard it.
Holland.
Excuse me.
I would just like to point out,
This is the
though,
best day of my life.
quick insight to the... I'm pretty certain you've wore the same shoes every episode of this podcast.
Yeah.
I think we're at like, what, 30, 40 episodes now?
Except for the day that he wore the boots.
Yeah. Mom
Oh,
and
that's
my
right.
wife both constantly complain, tell me I need to get new shoes. I'm like, there's nothing wrong with these.
Oh, I'm not saying you need new shoes. I'm just pointing out.
I will wear a black pair of slip-on Vans until they literally fall apart. And I'll get another pair of them.
I'm just saying, I think if you change them, I think the podcast might go down.
Maybe.
So really...
I've thought about that too. This morning, I was having the thought of like, I think the podcast may never actually take off, and it's my fault because I got a lot of negative karma on the internet because I spend a lot of time watching lolcows. There's these dudes that like used to be famous on the internet, but then people found out they're kind of POS, so they kind of dropped off. Well, these guys are now still online, and they're like, "Nah, it's the games that suck. I'm entertaining," and like their whole fan base will be people just messing with them, but they're so delusional and think they're awesome that it never dawns on them, and then they got all these lowlifes, so nothing better to do at all but just sit there and troll them all day. So like they're no better, but like I'll sit there and watch compilations of that all the time. Like, there's one guy, these people like keep buying subscriptions and memberships on Twitch, and then he'll refund them. So he'll think he'll have like $400, and then he'll spend it, and then it'll go back, and he won't have it, and he'll be like, "Guys, I really needed that money. Like, let's hope we get some big tips tonight." Like he just gets on the internet and begs.
This is how I know how you're feeling right now, because I know what it's like to tune David out because you were trying to figure something out. And this is where I live.
Tougher than it looks, ain't it? I'm surprisingly captivating.
Surprisingly so.
There's been times I watch our YouTube videos and David doesn't switch it off me, and I can see I'm where you're at because I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out where to go while he's monologuing.
We can keep talking about other streamers while Holland figures this out.
Yeah,
You see the lady that used to work for Howard Stern beat the crap out of her boyfriend on live stream?
No.
She says she wrote for Stern, but she really didn't write for Stern. She dated a guy that worked for Howard Stern. But anyway, she's made her living now being a streamer. And most of her living was because of this guy. He's his father. He's from Iran. His father owns some kind of company, and he like had a crush on her. Was like tipping like $25,000. Finally, she's like, "Yeah, I want to meet this guy." So they were together for a few months and got engaged. She finds out he was cheating on her at therapy. Then immediately gets in the car and starts streaming, her freaking out about it. Calls his girlfriend, then gets him in the car, or she goes to meet him to give him his wallet and like almost hits him in front of a cop, and the cop's like, "Hey, don't do that." She's like, "I'm fine, I'm gonna give him a ride to the house." And that cop's like, "Okay." Then they get in the car, still streaming. She's driving down the road and just starts beating the heck out of him. So you could watch that all unfold.
Dang.
It escalates. He pulls her down and gets her out of the car. Then the cops come. Then you can watch the cops' body cam footage. So you just see this lady's life fall apart for about 12 hours. That's the kind of crap I watch on the internet. So I may be holding this back in the karma department, the internet and karma department.
We're now accepting applications.
Yeah.
That makes me think.
Didn't make you think of the answer, huh?
No, that lady from NASA that drove across country to kill her boyfriend or husband or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Carol Baskin.
No, this lady was
Where's
like
Don Lewis? We want answers.
this lady was like a legit NASA like scientist. And,
Ladies can be scientists too, Caleb.
yeah.
I didn't say it. He's the one who was shocked by it.
No, I
You're
wasn't
lucky the
shocked.
camera wasn't on. You had that look of disgust on your
You
face.
did like,
Yeah.
girls can't work for NASA. Yes, they can, Caleb.
Guys, there's literally footage of like the episode. Well, as of recording, the episode that came out this week is y'all making fun of the WNBA.
Okay,
That's different.
Hey, yeah.
Just saying.
That's different.
Your argument doesn't hold weight right now.
No. I didn't say that women couldn't be scientists.
You're right. Your exact quote was, "I went to a WNBA game and I came back with my clothes folded in a sandwich."
Exactly.
Because they had great customer service.
Not much to watch
Yeah.
on TV, but great in person. You know.
Yeah. The potluck afterwards.
Yeah.
To die for.
Highly recommend.
10 out of 10.
But no, the chick from NASA, she drove cross country, but she was trying to beat the timeline, to make it, implausible that she drove. So she wore like diapers and stuff. So she never had to stop. So she drove straight from Florida, wherever she was, to, I think it was California, where she killed this guy. But I don't know.
She could have got away with it if she hired Burt Reynolds as her Uber driver.
I'm just saying, how do you beat the time zone?
Well, the timeline, like they were saying, well, it takes 17 hours to drive there.
She was trying to get there so fast it would be unbelievable that she did it.
Yeah.
Right, but I mean, it just seems like a simple Google search says, okay, this says if you drive straight through, you can get there in 17 hours. She got there in like 1652, like, must be impossible. I mean, I'm just saying, I feel like you can't outrun plausibility on that one.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah. I see where she was thinking, but yeah.
The bandit.
You would have been better off flying and saying you drove.
The bandit could
There have been
have.
people, 100%. What is it in the first one? It's never been done. It's because we
Yeah.
ain't never done it.
Yeah.
Hence why we made this podcast.
There's been people that have won in the cannonball run from coast to coast, like by getting trucks or like getting retired police cars or something and like putting massive fuel tanks in them and hiding it. So it's like, look, I don't have to have a really fast car. I just have to stop less than you do.
True.
So they'll beat these guys on like Ferraris and stuff. They're just trying to set world record. Like the world record for a while was like a Ferrari, some kind of Spider or something. I think now it's like one of those Ford Taurus police cars because the guy just put a massive fuel tank in the trunk. He's like, I just needed to stop less. You don't need to go faster.
That's true. It's literally the tortoise and the hare.
Yeah.
Well, that's like this guy. I can't remember who he's a
Well,
writer
you can't
for.
think of any names today, can you?
I was just thinking that. It really kind of reminds me of the guy, Milo of, where's he from, Holland?
Huh? I thought you were gonna say it.
Milo from Lonsdale.
That's it.
Yeah.
Clydesdale, actually.
Yeah. One of the original Budweisers.
In the meantime, Holland, you got an ad?
Oh yeah, I do. But this guy he was a writer for Motor Trend, Car and Driver, or something like that, and he was testing the efficiency of all electric vehicles. So he left from California. He rented an all electric car. I don't remember. It wasn't a Tesla, but it was some sort of all electric vehicle, and he drove it to New York. And I can't remember, it took him, say, 7 days to get from California to New York driving this electric car. He then rents a gasoline-powered car to drive back, and he shaved like 3 days off of his travel time.
Yeah. I mean, I think everybody knew that whenever they were coming out with all the electrical cars and making this big push, everybody was like, what about road trips?
Yeah, it's really easy to poke holes in. So at one of our meetings at work, that was something they told us about. Like we do a yearly State of the Union, and they tried to sell them to us. It was like, guys, look, here's all the places you can go on vacation from Knoxville in an electric car. And I'm like, yeah, if you have a charge station exactly where you need it. One of them was like Panama City. It's like when I'm going to Panama City from here, I don't ever have to once stop and think, where am I going to get gas?
The only time on a road trip I've had to think like that is honestly going through Utah.
Yeah. Or like before you
desert.
get to Valdosta, Georgia, you know, okay, I'm not going to see anything for like an hour. We're stopping. I need to go and fill up.
But yeah, that's been my argument since day one. Is mainly not so much like if I can find them. Let's just assume they're where I need them.
Yeah.
If I stop to fill up gas from empty, 5-10 minutes, 15 if I'm going to go to the bathroom and get a snack. We stopped to go fully charged, 0 to 100.
12 hours, baby.
Oh, my Lord. You're talking a whole sleep. Like, not even a nap. That's a sleep.
Well, that's like in Chicago last winter. It got so cold at the charging stations that they wouldn't charge. So these people were there for days waiting for it to warm up enough to charge their
Was it
car.
Texas recently just had all them floods and like ruined everyone's electric vehicles?
Yeah, I think there was somebody, I think it was in Texas. They had had their electric car. We won't name drop. And something happened where water got in the battery, shorted out the battery, and then they were told, it's not covered under warranty. $20,000 fix right there. I was like,
That's something else too. Like a lot of problems with most things today is you can't repair your own stuff. And
are you Googling it?
I feel like they're doing that on purpose, but like really with electric cars and stuff, because like, I mean, think about Apple.
I'm getting my ad.
Oh.
You could like change the battery in your phone, sure, but if Apple finds out you open it, it's like, oh, we can't work on it anymore. There's been a lot of lawsuits lately about that with electric vehicles, because like if I own something, I should have the right to work on it, and people are giving that up with electric vehicles, like 100%.
Yeah,
you can't just go to AutoZone, grab a part, and change it.
I remember whenever I was in high school, I saw like my first like commercial or not commercials, like their first I don't know, trailer or whatever you want to call it, like this full length documentary type thing, but not like anyways, about electric cars, and they took it to a mechanic. This guy comes out from working on a combustion engine. He's all covered in grease. He's like, this is what it looks like after I work on these. He's like covered in grease. He like washes up, goes over and changes like a filter on the electric car, and he goes, that's what I look like now after this one. Weird point to prove. Like you did an engine change over there and a filter change over here.
Yeah, but the filter change costs twice as much.
Yeah.
There was a in the Cove. There was a guy that had rented a Tesla, and it died, and he was needing a tow. Nobody will tow it.
They're extremely heavy.
Yeah, and if you can't get power to it at all, you can't put it in neutral.
Yep.
So they won't pull them up onto a rollback. And so they were just like they called every wrecker that comes to Cades Cove, and every one of them were like, no, we're not going to come get it. And so finally he had to get a hold of like Tesla customer service or something, and they sent out like a support vehicle, and I don't know what all. I mean, it was a huge mess.
Good Lord.
I saw something. I got to find where it's at so I can like link it or something to show. I'm not just making this up. But somebody did a study on the actual like particulate of emissions and stuff from electric vehicles versus gas burners. And they were like, if you just don't just focus on carbon dioxide, you know, modern cars are pretty efficient with that anyways. But if you just say, okay, this is what a gasoline burner puts out, including brake dust, rubber, and all that stuff, electric cars put out more because they're so much heavier. They're harder on the roads. They put out more brake dust, more rubber from the tires and everything. So if you use everything the car emits, the electric cars are actually worse for the environment driving down the road than your gas burner is. Not to mention the lithium mines and child labor and all that good stuff. Yeah. But hey, as long as the rich get richer, guys.
And then Holland, you got an ad?
I do.
Better not be for Tesla.
It isn't.
Would you like so many scenes of me doing this?
A while ago, he lost it because when you were telling your story, he told me to put the camera on us. So I put it on us. He started laughing. I noticed he was looking away, so I put it right back on him. He realized.
I'm hiring Alan to work the cameras from now on. Anyways, go ahead.
Can a Yeti work cameras?
I want me to find out.
Yeah. All right. Would you like to kick your workouts up to the next level?
Falling apart today.
I am. NutriFit pre-workouts are what you need. I should have had a pre-workout.
You said those help focus?
They do. They also provide insane energy to get you through the most intense workouts. NutriFit has what you need to get the most out of your workouts, and with a variety of flavors and even a non-stimulant option, everyone can find one that they like. You know where you go?
Phone's about to dip. I got you. Here you go.
Thank you. You know where you go?
Where?
To NutriFit.com.
How you spell that?
NutriFit.com. And you use promo code Caleb C Day.
Is that with a K or?
It's with a C.
Oh, okay.
Caleb with a C, C with a C Day.
So it's the feminine
with a D.
spelling of Caleb.
Yeah.
Yeah, the feminine Caleb.
Most people say biblical, but yeah, okay, sure, we'll go with that one too.
For a sweet discount.
I got a question. You said it's got the stuff you need to get through your workout.
Yes.
What is the stuff you need, Holland?
Well, I don't have the nutrition facts right
Focus.
here.
It's actually,
Focus.
yeah,
It's got focus and energy.
it's got, and I quote, 110% of your daily dose of raw animal magnitude.
Checks out.
Yep, that's actually just what we provide, but yeah, sure.
Yeah.
They do too, I think.
That wasn't quiet at all.
No,
that was not.
I don't even know what you did.
I burnt from like a mile away. They picked that up.
That's fine.
They're great at blocking out background noise, but apparently it picks up human gas.
So you guys want to hear a tip of the day?
I do.
for today or tomorrow?
Just whenever. Just like a little tidbit. Put it in your
Today's
pocket.
almost over. I don't want to waste it.
Just put it in your pocket. Hold on to it for later. You want to focus on quality over quantity. It's not about how much you lift, but about how well you lift it. Proper form and technique will get you better results, reduce the risk of injury, and more girls.
Checks out.
Yeah.
If it's quality over quantity, we've been approaching this podcast thing the wrong way.
See, we know we don't. We
that
know
math is mathing.
We're playing a sheer numbers game.
I was about to say we know we don't have quality, but what we do know is that we can put out the content.
Yeah.
The good content, still up in the air, but content.
Yeah, we just keep putting stuff out there. Hopefully something hits.
My
Anyways,
favorite.
Holland, where's our Greek friend from?
Yeah.
He was from...
You said it helps with focus?
I'm in dire need of.
It's southeast of Spain.
Southeast of Spain?
So you know what I did this weekend?
Portugal?
I did not do Portugal, no.
Good geography joke, Holland.
Did not do Portugal.
Oh.
While you continue to mull that over. So I posted a video of hitting a new PR on Sheaf of 34 foot 4 inches, and that's just because that's where the tower's topped out at. And I almost put it on there, but I decided I'll wait and quote it for the podcast. Is whenever I posted on Instagram, I almost said, "What else do we need to do to prove that we're the most anabolic?"
For real.
I mean, I have not touched Sheaf since we started this podcast,
Yeah.
and then I just come out of the gate with a 3 foot PR.
It was a monster throw.
We're just going to start fighting people.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Do those backyard brawls.
Bare knuckle, whatever they're called. We probably should join like the redneck boxing matches.
Yeah, I'll watch a lot of those.
I do too. I watch more than I'm willing to admit.
You ever seen the documentary Dog Fights, spelled D-A-W-G?
I was about to say no.
Dogs.
Yeah. So, remember Kimbo Slice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after he kind of got internet famous, it was kind of hot to find these street fighters. So they
What
went,
kind of hot? What are you talking about?
Oh, your heart knows. They but they found like the neighborhood in Miami that he was from, and then found a guy that was running fights like that, and it like follows these guys. It's pretty tragic. Like most of them end up dying from like gang related stuff and crap by the time it's over with, and only one of them gets like a professional fight. But it's these dudes in these backyards in Miami just beating the crap out of each other, Kimbo Slice style. It's a pretty cool documentary. I mean, it's pretty sad, but it's
Where's Kimbo Slice from?
Miami, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty
So
sure
you know where he's
Miami.
from, but where's Milo from?
Man, that was 2,000 years ago.
Kimbo Slice was
Kimbo Slice is
dang near
pretty
it.
recent. Dang near it. You know,
Internet terms.
Jorge Masvidal got started the same fight league
Yeah.
as Kimbo.
Yeah, he knew Kimbo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jorge Masvidal was fighting in the streets. Like they knew each other.
Side note, David, don't tell him. If he doesn't guess it by the end, I have a plan.
I'm never telling him. I may never say the name of that place again.
Have you said it before?
Maybe. Probably. It's probably come up.
Knowing you,
I like history.
I was about to say, knowing you, it has come up. And also knowing you, you'll forget about 20 minutes after this podcast is over.
I don't know. He seems pretty
No, you will forget that you're
That I'm
not
not
going
supposed
to.
to tell
Yeah. I will tell him eventually. I'm just not going to say when.
My brain does chase squirrels. I'll hear one thing that reminds me. I'm going to be like, oh, yeah, that guy. And then
As
I'll
soon as
forget.
this is over, I'm Googling.
I'm really impressed that I read through the entire thing and didn't say his name.
Only kind of. You gave him Milo.
Well, no, he guessed Milo before I said it.
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't want to get me
If
credit.
he didn't guess Milo by then, I probably still would have said it. But
Dave said, I didn't want to give him any credit.
oh no, I'm pretty excited to play Iron Peril again because somehow this is really.
Dude, that was bullcrap.
I
We're
lit
setting
a
a
fire
timer
under Dave.
I will. I will.
I'm setting a stopwatch up behind me.
I will agree. We will make some improvements for the next one, and there will be a timer.
I don't feel like that's an improvement.
That being said,
Because it took me a full 10 minutes to come up with Milo.
I was about to say though, I don't think in any of those answers, I don't think he would have exceeded the timer.
I don't know.
You're saying it from an objective standpoint
know,
of
man.
you answered it immediately, and he had like 10 seconds.
I like that. What was that last question? The avant-garde.
Yeah.
You were like, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one took you a literal fortnight. 10 seconds, whatever.
A literal fortnight.
My favorite. So whenever I wrote the guy that gave me those questions.
Yeah.
I thought, honest to God, I was like, David, there's like a 90% chance David doesn't get this, but Holland should. And then next thing I know, David has the answer from Zeus himself struck into his brain with like the speed of Icarus. You like those references? That's pretty dramatic description.
I just thought of the like the hot sauce on SpongeBob. I command this one drop to be really spicy. That's how ideas come to me.
Here's my impersonation of David getting the answer. Holland.
I was in the mind frame of Jeopardy, so I was like, be the first,
Yeah.
get it right. So I was trying to preemptively know the answer to the.
I will
question
say,
before you were done.
whenever the guy that made the game, was coming up with it, almost did buzzers, but
Oh, I'd have dog walked him.
Dog
Give me
but-
a buzzer. Give me a
but
buzzer.
I mean, they changed it because they thought it would be funnier to see what y'all wrote on the whiteboards.
That also works.
Little did I know that you guys would get a little more competitive than I thought, and so the humor of the whiteboards went out the window because I was really looking for like answers where Dave wouldn't know, and he just says like, "I'm with stupid." I'm like,
This is what I got. Like, I may never outlift either of you, but I might know some dumb shit you've not heard before.
yeah, I can agree with that. So you know yet?
No.
Thank
Arcadia.
God.
Do what?
Arcadia.
No, it's a good answer, but
Is that
no.
a Buick?
Yeah.
I thought that was Acadia.
I don't know. I thought it was a cicada.
I guessed Crete, didn't I?
You did guess Creed.
The,
I mean-
Can You Take Me Higher fame?
Creed.
Did that guitar riff is the only reason that song is relevant.
So cheesy, dude. I love it.
But it's good, dude. Dude, I'll never forget. We had that song stuck in our head one time at work, and so I just roll up in here. You're already in the driveway waiting for the podcast, and I've got it blasting all the windows down, just air guitar and all the way up the driveway.
So let's go there.
Are you Googling it?
No. No.
You said no. Snapchat.
Yeah. I'm asking a friend.
Phone a friend.
Yeah, that's your version of like. Of course, I'm not looking it up. What's the answer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Colin, why did I just get a text from you?
Where is Milo from? They're like with
Sweet key guy?
Where's Milo from? He's with Otis.
Otis Spunkmeyer. What an unfortunate name.
Yeah. I mean, like you're already cursed with the last name Spunkmeyer.
Yeah.
And
Somebody
your parents are
Otis.
gonna one up it. And you're like, oh, let's name him Otis.
What are we going to call this precious child? He looks like an Otis.
Yeah, who looks at a newborn all swaddled there, you know. It's like,
Otis and Ethel.
yeah, that's Otis.
I get Ethel. I at least get Ethel because maybe they're just a Ray Stevens fan. Like, don't look, Ethel.
They're like,
Done been made.
did you see
But-
what happened? Yeah.
Yeah, I did. But yeah, I don't get Otis. That's like I've seen a lot of TikToks where this guy's like, who gets a baby? Goes through the whole process of pregnancy, pushes out a baby, takes it out, swaddles it, looks it dead in the face, and goes, Doug.
Not that many people. Our podcast has shown it's never done.
Yeah, it's never done.
One. I did.
Yeah, it's
I
been
purposely
done.
did one story on Doug,
Yeah.
and that was ironically the one time you did not guess Doug.
Where's this guy from that you talked about today?
I don't know, but Doug, whenever I talked about him, was from Canada. Canada, some say.
I don't say it at all. It won't pass these patriotic lips.
Won't even eat maple syrup.
Unless I use it like an adjective to describe a goose.
Yeah.
What?
Canadian goose.
Oh.
Little English joke for you. Highbrow stuff, boys. Highbrow. Look, they don't give out D pluses 4 years straight in English for nothing.
They told me if I guessed all D's on the T-caps, I'd get at least 25% right.
Speaking of TCAPs, did you hear that they're changing the rule that if you leaving third grade, if you don't pass or score high enough on your TCAPs, they won't let you into fourth grade?
I think they're doing that because all the missed stuff from the pandemic. Like
Yeah.
these kids are now hitting that grade, and a lot of them can like barely read and stuff, and they've passed a lot of them on, and it's
It's probably all the kids that don't know where Milo's from.
tests were the one thing that I got stoked on at school. I didn't do any schoolwork at all. Like I was constantly in trouble, constantly getting calls home and all that crap for not doing my work. But like tests, I'd be like, "Yo, you think I'm dumb?"
Here's my time to shine.
Yeah.
Now, for me, it was, you think I'm dumb? Let me prove it to you. Here's a test.
There's a couple of history finals I just didn't miss a question on. Well, just to prove that I know this crap, I'm just not doing it. I would test out of spot.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure on like a math test, I think I made a negative 50 on a math test one time.
Yeah.
And I thought it
You
just,
didn't carry the 10.
I just thought I missed 50. That's incorrect. He actually wrote negative 50. Like, sick.
It's like I took points from previous tests.
Yeah, he said, you did so bad. He said, you did so bad that I couldn't give you a positive score. Dave, you good?
No.
I noticed he switched the camera away from himself when he did that.
This is one of the rare
What are you
moments
talking
that,
about?
it's one of the rare moments that Dave has tickled himself. And I mean that.
Not tickled. We're like disgusted.
All right, boys. Well, I think now is as good as time as ever to wrap it up.
Already? That was fast.
Yeah, so
I don't believe you. Check the time. We've been here like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
it says 58 minutes. We
Whatever.
can keep going. If you got another topic,
Yeah, we still don't know where this guy's from.
we're not.
We're not.
We're not.
we're not what?
If you're waiting for me to come up with it, we're not.
Bummer. I guess the listeners will never know.
On a different note, speaking of Milo of wherever, you thought, didn't I? But do you think it would be possible to carry a cow like just every day, starting with like newborn calf all the way? What do you think? I guess we've really kind of passed up the key part of why we started doing these would be for the reactionary part of them to like talk about these more, and we really just read through them and go, "Oh, that's cool," and then we move out of it.
Well, you know, because
I mean, if I'm thinking of it from an objective standpoint of working out, technically, that's progressive overload.
yeah, because as it grows, and it's going to grow incrementally. It's not just going to jump.
Right.
Well,
100
it's
pounds
going to
overnight.
jump pretty fast when it's young, but once it's older, it's not going to be as fast. But I mean,
Right,
it'll
but
be
I mean-
pretty rapid for a bit. Like,
But at the end of the day, you're still talking about a rather large animal.
I think in adolescence, it's going to be able to grow faster than you, but eventually it'll level out.
But you're
Like
right.
if you're struggling with it
I guess
early, it could be tough.
I guess it depends on how. Yeah, you need to already be fairly strong.
You need
Yeah.
to be ahead of it
Yeah,
by a good year.
yeah, because like if you're just barely lifting it as a newborn,
You're not going to keep up.
yeah, it's going to grow faster
It's
than
going
you
to
can.
outgrow your gains.
True.
real
Okay, so
quick.
let's say, I mean, he was already an athlete,
Yeah,
so he's already competing in the Olympics.
right.
So we'll assume we're talking about a pretty stout individual.
200 to 300 pound heifer, no problem.
Yeah. And because I'm thinking about this too, because you see like some of these bulls in like bull riding competitions that are 1,200 pounds, 1,400 pounds.
How big were these Greek bulls?
It's just
That's my point.
because I'm thinking like Spanish fighting bull.
Yeah,
Maybe 600 pounds max.
they could have been the ones that you see in India. Look like they're starving though.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a good point. Did he starve the bull?
right. He's like, well, this one's getting a little heavy. You're gonna cut back on the grain.
Yeah. So,
Looks like you're eating water for supper.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah. I mean, I think it's possible. I mean,
I agree. Depending on the cow we're talking about.
yeah. I mean,
Depending on the filling of the cow.
yeah.
And is it a chocolate cow or is it like
We don't bring race into it.
it's not race? It's just I'm wondering what kind of milk they have.
Strawberry.
Now getting carried around, whipped around like that, it's coming out whipped.
Yeah. It's coming out as heavy cream.
Yeah. He makes the noise.
Like that little frother thing that everybody in the world seems to have.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that? Like off topic is
Frother?
yeah. Like,
Sounds disgusting.
you don't know what a frother is?
Oh, no, I'm not going to Google it either.
Well, I'm not saying Google. It's that little mixer thing.
Whoa.
What do you mean? Whoa.
I don't know, man. I don't know much about frothing, but I'm no frother myself. So I'm a little lost here. It just sounds not Christian to me.
You think Milo's a frother?
Oh, he's definitely a frother. If you come up with the idea, if you're sitting alone long enough, you're like, I'm going to commit the next few years of my life to carrying this cow around. You're a frother.
You're a
You do a
frother.
lot of frothing in your free time.
But where do you do that at? Like,
And
where
then-
if you were to do that, where are you from?
Somewhere only God can see you.
Where are you from?
So I mean, I guess yeah. Although I will say one of his feats of strength, the hold his arm out with fingers outstretched and challenge people to attempt to bend my little finger. Change the camera. Bend my little finger. I mean, that's difficult. I mean, for me.
Yeah. I mean, you just holding your arm out just to keep somebody pressing your arm down.
You almost frothed him.
It's going to be hard to do.
I started frothing,
I mean,
I think.
just the front raise, holding that up.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be impressive if they could just not push his arm down, but his finger.
What was the other one? Oh, he would stand on a greased iron disc and challenge people to push it. Oh, I'm screwed.
Let's go grease a trash can lid.
Yeah.
A what?
A trash can lid.
It doesn't matter if I'm on flat ground. People could push me over pretty.
Let's
If you just draw a circle on the ground.
I'm falling over it.
Let's just grease the bottom of Caleb's feet.
Yep. Let's see, what are the other ones? The pomegranate. We talked about the pomegranate.
I wonder if he used those grip thingies that Joe Rogan talks about, where it squeezes your fingers together and you have to spread
I've
them
seen them.
apart.
I've wanted to try them, but I don't know. Rarely do I find a reason that I need to do this really hard.
Like you have to extend your fingers against something heavy.
Yeah, I've not quite like I need to get my hand in the jar, but I definitely don't want to get it out.
That's how they catch baboons.
Yes.
If I was on trial and if the glove fit or you must have quit, I definitely need to not get my hand in that glove.
Fun fact about that, he admitted like his lawyer gave him some medicine that made him retain water and made
Oh, yeah.
His hands swell.
Yeah, they even said he stopped taking his arthritis medicine.
Did you know about the baboon salt trap?
I'm gonna go with an obviously not.
It's a cool story about greed. Chappelle talked about it too. So apparently they catch baboons in a certain part of Africa. They'll put salt in a little cage that's big enough for a baboon's hand to go in, but if they don't let go, their hand's too big to come out, and they're so greedy they'll sit there and the hunters can just come and kill them because they don't want to let the salt go. They just keep their hand in the trap. Yeah.
So
pretty messed
I
up,
bet
isn't
they
it?
use the little things.
I've heard you could do that with raccoons too. That
I
was the
believe
way
it.
that they trapped them, is have a little thing down there
That's
to
like- that's
grab
like
and they
when-
wouldn't let go of it to pull their
That's like whenever I learned that raccoons will rip a chicken's head off.
Yeah.
I didn't know that
Raccoons don't play, dude.
until my neighbor, like they used to have chickens, and he came over and said, "Your dog been out?" And I have my little wiener dog, and they said, I was like, "No, she's been over here." He said, "My chickens' heads are getting popped off. Must be raccoons." I was like, "Back up, back up. What do you
Hold the phone.
Whoa, whoa.
What do you mean? Your chickens' heads are popping off? It must be raccoons."
Gotta be a chupacabra would be my first thought.
Yeah.
I would think a lot of things before I think raccoons.
Be like, are there any goats?
yeah,
Are there any
Have your
goats
goats been
harmed?
sucked?
I mean, that is the literal translation of chupacabra. Goat sucker.
One letter away from being a.
That sounds like a terrible candy.
Yeah. I'd like to have 12 goat suckers,
Ask
please.
for one of those next time you go to the bank.
I'll push the little bowl. Dum Dum, you got a goat sucker?
Goat sucker.
Take the sucker out of the little
What
suction thing
flavors
at the
are
bank and go, goat, please.
I only do goat suckers. Chupacabras, sometimes some may say. All right, anything else you want to touch on before we?
No, I just want to soak in. There's a couple minutes longer. Holland not knowing.
Oh, don't tell him.
No, I'm not going to.
I have a plan.
I'm never going to.
So, and it
Why did you
isn't
just whisper
Crete.
lesbian?
It isn't Crete.
No. There's about a 90% chance I even say it wrong.
I feel like it's something.
Croatia.
Croton.
Hey, what'd you say?
Croton?
That's
Croton?
That's it.
Told you if you give them long enough.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. It literally took you an hour.
Woo! Man. Yeah, you'd have dog walked me.
Too bad you don't get an hour in Jeopardy, Holland.
Well, the good thing is we don't play Jeopardy. We play Iron Peril, so.
Yeah, David.
Maybe between the sticks someday. That Jeopardy dog, though. We'll go.
Man, my plan was to hit the outro music, cut it, and be like, it's Milo of Croton, and then release the music. But
He was going to pause the music and go, hope you like croutons.
oh, you didn't know?
He's from the place Caesar salads were invented.
That was a horrible joke.
Got Holland going. That's all that matters. That's showbiz, baby.
I came across this tidbit about Caesar salads. Apparently, they were invented in like 1923.
Yeah, and I think in a restaurant in Mexico, right?
Isn't that wild?
I'm pretty sure it was in Mexico.
I don't eat salads, nor do I look up fun facts about salads.
Hey,
I got.
never know when you need to know salad facts.
I'm willing to learn any dumb fact. Yeah. So I got down this YouTube rabbit hole. This guy that was trying to reverse engineer a bunch of old foods, like KFC's original recipe and like Coca-Cola's original, try to like reverse engineer, figure it out, and then like I watched his other videos, and a lot of it was like he'd pick a recipe and then show the history of it. Like, oh, it comes because he always tries to find the original. It's like, oh, I'm gonna make a Caesar salad. I want to make a real Caesar salad. So I want to find out what the OG is. And he goes like, oh, this guy got it from this guy. Who got it from this guy? I'm pretty sure it was in the 20s. But I'm pretty sure it was in like a hotel in Mexico or something. Yeah. Caesar salad is Mexican cuisine.
Then why do they got it at Italian restaurants?
Good question.
Yeah.
Sounds like culture appropriation to me.
It does. Sounds a lot like it.
Like I don't know, what, The Hangover. Caesar really live here?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
You know, I'm so glad you said that.
He was so unimpressed.
This now pieces so many things together for me. The fact that is you in our group. That is you.
Caesar really live here?
You're like tonight the lone wolf rides alone.
I thought, wait a minute, could it be another person in my one-man wolf pack?
And you would definitely roofie all of us.
110%. Holland takes 2, just for reference.
There is no chance that if like us 3 and then however many people go out and we all wake up roofied, that I don't immediately say it's David. 100% I know it's David.
I have a high tolerance for roofies.
He's built up an immunity.
Not on purpose, just from you roofing him over and over again.
I've been microdosing him for months. Just roofie microdoses.
I was like, have you seen that meme? This guy's sitting next to a Triceratops, and the Triceratops told him, he's like, that wasn't a microdose.
I waited for the moment he goes AWOL at the park and they try to trank him. I'm like, aha, joke's on you boys.
So they're going to make him angry.
Tease me.
Hope you're ready to meet God because he's going to be mad.
Now they just get him excited.
Has the opposite effect now. Really gets him going, gets that motor running now.
It's like a quaalude for him. If you push past the tired boys.
Dude, there was people I was in the military with would take NyQuil for that same effect. We'd be on night shift, they'd take NyQuil. I was like, bro, we just got here. And they're like, I know, but if you push past it, it's all up from here. That sounds odd.
Yeah.
Sounds frugally responsible to me. Like, I don't know, the other stuff's expensive. And you can't find quaaludes.
I was about
anymore.
to say,
I think everybody ate all those.
More than it just being expensive, you can't find them.
Yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio took them all.
That's a great movie.
Such a good movie.
That's my one dance move. The weird thing.
The amount of times that I catch myself like if I hear some kind of hum or beat on something, I'm like, Did I do it all the time?
So at Austin FC, their Major League Soccer team.
Did you say Epstein?
Yes. Matthew McConaughey's part owner, and at some home games, he'll come out with a big bass drum in front of him and lead the whole crowd. The whole stadium will go, oh. That's pretty
That's
cool.
pretty sick.
Yeah, it's dope. But, I mean, they can go to hell. Nashville City like that.
You know,
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But you know what? F them guys.
I saw an interview. McConaughey said that wasn't even supposed to be in the movie.
Yeah.
That's just something that he does to get his voice ready before scenes.
I believe that.
And
Matthew McConaughey would do some cool stuff like
they
that.
decided to keep it in. Yeah.
Why's everything he do so cool?
Apparently it stinks, though. Like, it smells really bad. Like, he's in, like showering's bad for you. He's one of those guys, apparently.
I believe him.
Yeah.
Guarantee he uses the non-aluminum deodorant.
Oh,
I'm just saying,
yeah.
like, I'm guaranteeing he makes way more money than me, so I'll believe him.
Have you checked out his Instagram?
No.
His first Instagram post is incredible. It's just like, it's a peek into a mind of someone who has had people around them telling they're awesome for a really long time. Because he's like, it was on his birthday. He was like, 40 years ago today, Dad made me the first McConaughey. Or Matthew McConaughey the first. Today, I am first McConaughey, or whatever his Instagram name was. He's like, so I'm gonna come on here, I'm gonna talk to you. You know, keep the third eye up. Not this side of third eye, you know. It just like goes on a tangent.
I will say your
So
McConaughey
good.
impression is pretty good.
It's good. It is good.
Like there's been a few times that like your Macho Man, like it's good and then it kind of
yeah.
dips. But McConaughey,
I close my eyes and I can smell McConaughey.
Yeah.
you've got the McConaughey
You want to
neck.
feel McConaughey? Close your eyes again.
You've got the neck of a McConaughey. You know that? Like,
you got the neck for it.
yep.
I
Not
like a good-
McConaughey himself, just McConaughey impersonator.
A Matthew McConaughey impersonation makes me laugh, and a Christopher Walken impersonation makes me laugh. I wish I knew someone that could do Christopher Walken. I love those.
I have homework for you too. And I wish I'd remembered it sooner because I planned on doing it today and I forgot all about it. I seen this thing on TikTok and I meant to send it to you and I will after this. Homework for next episode is I seen someone say that Shakespeare is much better when it's read with a Southern accent.
Yeah.
Now the video I seen of it was like an Asian guy doing a Southern accent.
Yep, I seen that exact one. It's
It was good. It was great. Didn't hit the same as people with a legitimate
Yeah.
Southern accent. So homework.
His was hacky. His was like a bit overplayed.
Because he did what actors do, which is overly lean into it, which is great. That's just, that's your thing. However, you're in our territory.
Yeah.
We live here.
Yeah.
You merely
our
adopted the
house.
darkness. I was born in it. So, yeah, that's homework for next
Yeah,
week.
he couldn't quite nail the come on, man.
Yeah. So, learn any Shakespeare. I don't care what Shakespeare you choose. We can even have 3 of the same ones for all I care. However,
Like Billy
that was the other thing he did.
No more.
He also did the dip spit like all the time.
Yeah.
I was like, now you're just too much.
Overplaying it.
So next
Still racist.
episode, I mean, I'm going to have to read mine. There's no chance that I can remember it. But, so I think it'd be really funny next week, do Shakespeare with a Southern accent.
What if we do a scene, Holland? What if we do the same one?
All right, bet.
Yeah.
I do a monologue, y'all do a duet. Perfect.
Yeah. I read
Can y'all do Romeo and Juliet, like where you kiss?
the balcony scene. Sure.
110%.
That's better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right, so that's next week. I'm not even going to have a story for next week. That's going to be the whole bit. That'll be the whole thing.
But I read an article that this linguist was talking. He was studying.
I already know where this is going to.
He was studying.
How
he was
do
studying
you know? Based off, I read an article about a linguist.
Is
Guess
it about how our accent's actually closer?
Yes.
Yep.
To
Oh,
old,
we've talked about this
to
on
old
here
English.
before. Yeah.
The Appalachian dialect is closer to Old English
It's just
than
slowed or something?
modern Britain English is to Old English.
Yeah, I think you said that before, but I think it's pretty cool. It makes sense.
And they use Shakespeare to illustrate it. It was like, like old people would be like, something's over yonder. Well, what light through yon window breaks? They're some of the phrases carried over
Yep.
and just changed a little. But yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, and like, what is it, Othello, where it says, that pole's going to leave a yellow ring in my yard? I think, like, yeah, it's pretty close to our dialect.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why Shakespeare sounds better.
Yeah, maybe it was meant to sound with the
And
southern
he had that
accent.
dope stud earring.
Whenever he wrote it, he was writing it in his, I mean, I guess then it was Old English.
Yeah.
But really, it's Southern accent.
It's English.
Right.
Yeah, it's English. It's that dang English what it was.
Shoot.
I always think of Andy from The Office whenever he's like, it's like molasses just pouring out of your mouth. But all right. So tune in next week for Redneck Shakespeare.
Yeah. Yes.
And
We continue the story about Doug from Croutons.
I thought it was going to be really funny. You know, hit the outro music, cut it. It's Milo of Croton. Then blast the music again.
You feel robbed, don't you?
A little bit.
Imagine if you were trying to race him to the answer,
The reason
and then he had an hour to come up with it.
the reason I wouldn't say I feel robbed as you do
So
is
upsetting.
because this happens to me every episode. There are so many times that I set something up to watch it fall off the tee because you guys purposely whiffed it. And then you don't even do me the courtesy of like, you know, the like faking like you hit it. You're just like, Caleb, pick it up. But
You dropped your ball.
yeah. Hey, idiot.
Yeah.
It's right there.
You gonna take a mulligan on that one, or
Yeah. Is that a 2 or a 3? What are we feeling? So, no, I don't feel as robbed as maybe you do.
Oh, I still feel extremely robbed.
Don't worry, we'll play again. Not next week, because next week we have Redneck Shakespeare next week, but maybe the week after that, maybe we'll have a special guest for a third. I don't know. We'll see.
Anybody but Jake. He's been on too much. I'm getting tired of Jake. Jake, I mean it.
On that note, the closing quote is "Believe you can, and you're halfway there" by Theodore Roosevelt.
I miss that one.